Voice acting is something I've become very passionate about over the past few years, especially since I started developing games. When I originally created Red, the channel mascot and character that you're currently seeing behind me, he was originally actually supposed to be a silent protagonist, given his 1920s inspiration, but whenever I would put him in a scene with another character and they would say something, I would always find myself replying in my head as Red would, and that eventually led me down the path of finding his voice. For anyone that's ever created their own original character, finding your character's voice is such a special and unique journey because you have in essence created this character, but you really don't know how they act until you hear their voice. So when you're trying to search for it, when you're trying to find it, if you're acting it out, or even to professionals who've got people in to do the characters, finding the right actor to portray the voice is possibly one of the best experiences you can have while making your own original character. And for me, I think finding the voice is one of the biggest things you can do when discovering who that character is. So in today's video, I want to go through all the characters I've voiced over the past few years. I want to go through how they've changed, how I changed them, and if I were to do them again, how would I change them going forward? Because there are original characters that I've created that I no longer want to voice, and not in a bad way. I think that there is a talented individual out there who could find their voice better than I could, because at the time I was kind of not forcing it, but kind of struggling to develop that character. So that's what we're going to do today. And at the end of the video, I would like to issue a challenge to all the aspiring voice actors out there. And if you're not a voice actor and you just like doing voices, this will be for you as well, so stay around to the end. Okay, so for Red, we needed a plucky, fun, young character that would be able to be understood enough. Basically, he couldn't be done in my voice. The Scottish accent's quite difficult to know or to hear and understand, especially the way we speak, which is probably why you don't see a lot of Scottish people in media, or if you do, they'll tend to talk like this and elongate things so that you can understand every single word. So I knew my voice for Red was just out the window. I used to go to an acting college, and I was never the best at accents. I could always hit like a general or a generalization of an area. So I would always do like a general English or a general American, that sort of thing. So Red is my version of a general American accent. Although sometimes, for whatever reason, he does get a wee bit of a southern twang, but I don't think that's part of the character. I think that's just me failing to do the voice. So this is the kind of general American accent that I can do. Now, Red, of course, is a kid, so he would sound a bit higher up. And of course, once you get up here, then you start to get a kind of wonder of the child that's behind the voice. However, I don't think I can get my voice to the right place where I want Red to be, so I tend to try and pitch myself up using whatever software I'm recording with.
And then of course you get this. Now this is just pitched up ever so slightly, and that way you kind of get the child behind the voice and a bit more of a cartoon aesthetic behind them. Hey, I'm Red, Knight of Solaria.
So really that's how I get Red. I do a super basic, not very good, generalized American accent. I pitch it up and you get Red. Next we have Barota. Barota's probably the hardest one to do. He's a bit Shadow the Hedgehog, but a bit more English in there as well. Well, I think Shadow's got an American accent. I think. Wow, that's weird, I don't know. But yeah, he's kind of Shadow the Hedgehog, but English. So he's, "You've not lost anything. Everything you thought you knew was a lie. I've had to grow up and see everyone taken away from me, not take away, like a food. Shut up. So he kind of lives in the back of the throat. There's no kind of pitch up or pitch down for Beralta. I'll tend to maybe add an echo to his voice when he gets to that kind of angry way, but for the most part, he's just kind of in here. This is where he lives. Although, I think he's more English. No, he is American. I am Beralta. Wow, okay. Beralta's American. I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, Phantom Red. This is actually quite a fun one. So Phantom Red is basically, as you can see the bottom right, a dark version of Red that then transforms into like a monster. So of course he'll sound like,
"Oh, Red, always trying to be the hero. But you forgot one thing. A hero can't be evil at the core of his heart." So I'm still Red.
So that's kind of the core of Phantom Red, but the unique part is I like to combine a deeper version of my voice with the Red version of my voice and give it an echo, and you start to get this.
"Oh, Red. You always try to be the hero. But a hero can't have evil at the core of his heart now, can he?"
So you kind of get that. Phantom Red is basically just Red with a second overlaying voice. Some of these characters do require effects and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I am not a super talented voice actor. I do need tricks of the trade to get where I need to go. But, you know, you don't need to be super talented if you know how to build a voice. It does become quite easy, especially when you've got like softwares and stuff like that. Now, this one is probably the only voice that messes up my throat because I literally don't use anything to help with this. I should probably use like a down pitcher or something to like get a deeper tone or something, but basically because he's massive, like Red would be like the size of his nostril or something.
Red, you have come into my cave. Now you will experience true suffering.
It sounds better once you kind of layer an echo on it, so let me actually try a wee echo here.
Now that I have all these things, you can hear the character come to life. And you've got to elongate the end of every sentence. Ow, but this hurts the back of my throat so bad. So bad. I could probably get to a place where it doesn't hurt if I keep going. There, I found it. I found the place where I can go. No, it's not a diet.
I'm not a great voice actor. I'm not. I love doing voices and I'll give it my all to do the voice as best I can, but it's difficult and it's such a funny experience. It's so different. Like, people will, once everything comes together, you know, once you've got the reverb and you can hear the ocean and other characters are kind of talking back and forth, it starts to sound really good. If you're just watching a guy on camera go,
Hello, I am the dragon.
it kind of just becomes a bit dumb. I almost feel stupid doing this, especially now that I've got like a camera on me. So we'll see if this gets released or not. But yeah, I did talk about a challenge that I really want to do with voice actors, so I'll explain that now. I have a lot of original characters. The Red series is a big series. I know if you've just came to the channel recently, within the start of the year, you won't know, but I have been making games for about 4 years now. And over time, there's been a lot of side characters or main characters that I've either voiced or no longer want to voice. Now, behind me are a lot of characters that I've never really found their voice. Koi is a perfect example. Koi has been voiced in every game he's been put out in, and he's had a different voice actor every time doing a different voice. I have never found the right true voice for Koi, which is a shame because he's the main character. Well, one of an ensemble of main characters. So, what I'm going to do, every Friday going forward, I'm going to release a short on this channel and probably TikTok and stuff, try and get people in there. I'm going to release a character and basically be, what would this character sound like? So if you would like to be a part of that, consider subbing to the channel so that you can be notified when those videos drop. One will drop this Friday, so you can, if you don't want to subscribe, just come back then. But subscribing does help the channel. It lets me know that what I'm putting out, people are enjoying, of course. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for the rest of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm just going to make sure that my voice is not changed into one of the characters. Cool. I went and got that software voice mod. It changes your voice live. It's very good. It was like 30 quid and it works like perfectly. So, you know, if you're looking for the software, that's it there. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.